Hello, this is runningRobert, and today we are playing Plan B Terraform. Terraforming game, it's a lot of fun. The 1.0 release is going to be released on the 29th of August. This is a game that is fun, and as you see by the changing of the screen here, the goal is to terraform a planet from an absolutely dusty, worthless rock to something with cities. Let's go ahead and let's get going with the new planet. And we're just going to play city growth. Everything is normal. So we're okay with that. So, this game's been in early access for a while, but they've definitely continued to make improvements. And I'm very happy to see that 1.0 release coming around. You have been mandated to manage resources of a newly discovered planet. Okay. So, yeah, good luck. I'm going to need it. So this is the planet that I am going to get. So this is one of the cities. You can see that there are 3 cities around. There's I cannot pronounce that, New Belo Horizonte and New Sart. Okay, so we need to get our basic playstyle in there. So we pretty much need to find minerals that work and mine them. So let's look around the map a little bit. Oh, wow, there we go. I mean, I guess that's how I'm gonna get up there. So yeah, okay, so first thing you need to do is we need to start getting some extractors. So we need to start mining all of this stuff out. And with the extractors, we'll get a pad. So what will happen is that these will create minerals, and you'll see them in a second, and then this little pad will take them. After that, we need to this one, what are we doing? Unlock bars, new extractors. Okay, so I need 5 new extractors. So we can look at factories. So we'll go right here, and this only does steel bars, so it's not what I want. I think the other one. I can go ahead and delete that. There we go. Extractor. So unfortunately, as you saw here, I do need this factory to be able to do it in. So what I need to do, factory for steel bars, and then the assembly plant for the extractors. So down here you do have a limited amount of buildings, so you have to build everything that you can, and you can kind of see that is going there. I need a little device to take it. We're going to do steel bars. And there you go. So you can kind of see the chain of how everything works. Everything goes into here, this into here, into there, into there. And we are making our first extractors. So you can see that right there. It's 1. So it's a pretty simple game. We're going to use like all of these resources that we have on the planet to help terraform this planet. And let's just take a look at it. Like, right now, the cities are just that. They're really nothing. They're just one little block. So again, we're going to look out. And we're going to head back to our main city. You can kind of see our mining operation up here is working pretty well. We have 5. Now again, I can click here if I want to produce something different, like depots. But which is nice because I will need depots. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to put that also right here for depots. Okay, now I can start building new factories. Okay, so now steel becomes mechanical parts. And mechanical parts are used to make factories and assembly plants. And I think it wants 5 of those too. So let's go ahead. We have enough of these now. Let's go ahead. Let's build a second mining station over here. That one is not going to work. That is okay. And we're going to put that right here. Okay, so and I always get confused. I need the factory first. The factory will go here. To make, I need steel bars. I need to then put another one of those out there for steel bars. And then mechanical parts. And then, of course, one more thing there for mechanical parts. So, okay, so now I have two things working for me. One is I'm getting more of these domes, I hope. They're mining pretty quick. So I'm getting more of both these, which is exactly what I need to just continue to just juice out all the stuff I need. And this game is where you need a good amount of stuff. So again, we're going to go ahead and just build one more over here. This is not as nice as the other ones. But we have our first mechanical parts. Wonderful. Okay, so let's get our assembly plant going. We need to make factories and an assembly plant. So each of them require one. Okay. So that's what we're going to do over here now. So again, we're going to make the factory. It makes the steel bars. Put a depot down for steel bars. Another factory for mechanical parts. Storage of mechanical parts. And then the assembler for assembly plant. This one is going to make factories. And this one is going to make the assembly plant. So these will continue to go. There is a limited amount of resource that we have here. So obviously we're going to be digging a lot into this. Let's see, we got two more to go. We got two more to go. I like it. One more. So down here we have our latitude, longitude, temperature, and what's on the planet. As you can see, it is just nothing. But we will get this and become a very nice little green land. Okay, so we need to now produce concrete. Okay. Concrete, simple enough. It is produced from sulfur. So let's go ahead, and that is the green color. So it's right here, very nice. Let's start with this. So 1, 2, 3. And then let's put a pad here for sulfur. Okay. Then I believe, is it just a factory will make concrete? Yes. Okay. Well, concrete. Okay. So we have our first little bit of concrete, but now we need to make like roads and trucks to actually build our little interstate highway around. So what we're going to do first is get another one of these little mining stations set up over here. And really do a lot of the same stuff that we did over here. So again, we're going to take that concrete, make it into... Did I just click two of them on there? I gotta watch out for that. Okay, let's go ahead. Just get rid of that. Get that over there. Okay, so you are storing concrete. And you're storing concrete. So let's go ahead and let's look at my mechanical parts. So this makes roads from concrete. So roads are going to be important because I'm going to have to transport a lot of these goods around. So that is kind of where I'm going. My level progression is reach a total population of 20. Okay, which means I need to staff my cities. This city right now, we can come over here and we can make our supply center, which is what we need. And that's going to be off of the assembly plant. So let's go ahead and get back up here. We have plenty of concrete right there, so we're going to build our assembly plant. And we're going to get a supply center. Now, I don't need 1 million supply centers. I just need enough to pretty much supply what I need. So, because they're not that useful, especially in the beginning game. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to put this down here. So now this is going to say what it's actually wanting to grow. So it needs concrete to start. It needs an annual supply of 10. Okay. So we need to now transport this concrete that is up here. Or we need to make concrete and transport it down. So let's go ahead and let us... Oh, I need more extractors apparently. Okay, we're going to go there. I said you're going to store sulfur. And then again, we're going to build that to build our concrete. Wonderful. And this is where we start the road system off. So it really does not have that far to travel, which is kind of nice. But we are doing some good. And then, of course, I think I can stop the supply center. I don't think I need it anymore. We can just build roads with the concrete. That'll be nice, because we're going to need a lot of that. So we already have, what, 3 supply centers? I don't really need them. Let us check over here to see why my extractors are not really growing that much. And I think it's probably just because I don't have enough of them. So I think this is unfortunately splitting the steel bars between these two. So they're not really getting a lot of love. So we need to change that. So we need enough steel to be able to do this. Let's go ahead and let's get the extractors we can. I think, yeah, we can use right there is a good spot. Oh, iron ore. And I need that iron ore to turn into steel bars. So we'll go over here, go to steel bars. And then we can go over here. Steel bars. Okay, so this one now will exclusively function that. Like, so that is kind of nice. That should help speed up my growth of the extractors, which is what I want. But let's go ahead and now let's get the people. So I have enough roads now. I have 84. So we need to go from the roads and to the sulfur. So the sulfur is going to come from the concrete. I mean, it's going to come from here. Okay, so we have a road completed. So what we need to do, put a truck. And this truck is going to deliver that concrete to this area. So what will happen when my first truck comes out here? Oh, I don't have any trucks. That would be helpful to begin with, wouldn't it? Need mechanical parts. Okay. Well, is there anything else in this plant that's actually... Oh, okay, I got some stuff down here. I mean, it moves automatically, so I'm not that worried about it. So let's just go ahead. We're just going to build it right in the, like, heart of this for the moment. Okay. So we're going to need mechanical parts, so we need steel bars. And then we're going to need another to turn to mechanical parts. And I keep clicking off on that. And then, let's see, the assembler will make trucks. Okay, so we are going to start making our first trucks here. And we can see right here, when we have made them, we are really doing well with roads. That is pretty nice. We also have the aluminum deposit, which we'll use at some point, just not right now. We have another sulfur deposit too over here. That's actually a good spot for it because it is close to the city. I think it's even closer than this one. But we have our first trucks. So why not have... Oh, I can put trucks right there. There you go. So what's going to happen is they're going to load and then they are going to take off. You can't really see them, but you can see that's 1, 2. The third one's already over here. I need a depot over here. That might help for concrete. Wonderful. Depot gets taken, and now more trucks. So with this demand being met, the city's now going to grow. And of course, we can add more trucks as we need. We can go ahead and, I'm going to go ahead and get this going over here too, because we're going to need some sulfur or some concrete, and it just works. Okay. So there we have our sulfur. And then we turn that to concrete. Concrete. And then the road system does not have to be that large here, because, I mean, it is right here already. So let's go ahead. Let's just connect into the city. And then we can make a truck route to over here. Well, it can't be the exact same, so we're going to have to work on that. We're going to go put that up there. So each truck is going to go to a different location, so you do have to kind of watch out for that. But you can see my population was 9, but it is now 10. So my city is growing. That's pretty simple. And I have plenty of roads. I'm getting plenty of trucks, plenty of assemblers, plenty of that. Supply depots, not that much, but again, don't really need a huge amount of them. So that is making my population grow. So now they can start demanding something else. And of course, I'm gonna have to work on making sure I keep enough minerals around. And then of course, as obviously, as you know, as one group runs out, then they're gonna be moved to another group. We're just gonna go ahead and speed this up because the concrete is flowing. And the city is green, which means it's growing. The other 2 cities are white, it means they're not. So, but we already have a decent little road system set up. I like that, 13. So we're growing slowly. You can see this is really what your supply is. When that grows, you get another person. And where's number 15? Nope, I guess it's not 1 by 1. There you go. Okay, because I got 35 stored over here and 7, so it's 40 concrete at the moment. That is stored in these 2 locations. That is pretty nice. Let's look for other stuff in there. Yeah, that one is being built. So I think we're in good shape for the moment. Almost there. We're 2 population away. So again, this is terraforming, but also like transportation management is probably the best way to go. And I completed the level. Wonderful. Okay. Now they will need oxygens. Hey, we'll need oxygens. That is, yeah. Okay, so what happens? Aluminum turns into aluminum bars, carbon, oxygen, atmospheres. Okay. So we need to figure out how this is going to work. There we go. So there is the atmosphere extractor. Extracts oxygen from carbon from the atmosphere. Okay, so we are definitely going to need this. We need mechanical parts and aluminum bars for this. So let's go ahead. I am going to use my little spot down here. Because, yeah, this will make... No, this will make steel. Aluminum is this. Beautiful. Okay. And this is a pretty nice deposit right here. I have plenty of these extractors to go with. We're just going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to be right there, so 5. No, I did not want that there. I wanted that here. Okay, so we start to get aluminum. So I need mechanical parts and aluminum to actually make this. So the aluminum is here. I need aluminum bars, so I probably need to get a factory for this. So we'll go here, and you make aluminum bars. And then, of course, store it up there. But you see one of the problems here. To build this, I need mechanical parts also. So that means I'm going to have to build them in another place and then transport them somewhere that is convenient to both. So we are just going to go right back down here. And like I said, we need mechanical parts. So we're going to get our extractors going over here. Let's go right here. I don't want that one. 3 is good. Go right here. And then from here, like I said, we're going to turn this into steel. Turn that steel into mechanical parts. Okay, so we have now the basis of what we need for this. So again, but we need to actually transport it. So we're going to go right here, and we're going to transport, make sure I get it to the right location. We'll start with that. And we might need to... we will go right here. Actually, I don't want to go right there. I am going to use this for my I don't have iron more. I have mechanical parts. My brain just totally shut off there. But let's go ahead and let's get a couple trucks going. We have plenty of trucks, plenty of roads. We like that. So we can go here, and we are going to transport you over to this one. And it is transporting mechanical parts. I can go ahead and I can increase the number of vehicles here to 5. And so the aluminum's here. Mechanical parts are here. I can use both of those now to create in the assembly plant what I need. Okay, so let's see. Atmospheric extractor. Okay. And that should be just a simple building. There you go. Got my first one there. Okay, so let's go back to the city because, I mean, this is where we're going to need it. So let's go ahead and build one of those extractors here. I want you to make oxygen. So it is just producing oxygen. So, don't need that. Need this. And again, we can go ahead and put a lot of these here. Okay, so a little bit of problem now because, like I said, our supply center here is kind of like run out of space. So we need to kind of build another one in here to continue the supply run for everything. No. Stop. Oxygen is going there. We're going to build another supply station right here. And then we are going to build my roads to finish this. And then we can start moving trucks. Pretty much like right here. And then it's going to transport oxygen. And that's a pretty easy drive right over there. So I kind of like that. Though you can see here now, the aluminum is kind of killing me because I just don't have enough of it. Or I have too much of it. I really don't need it anymore here. So we can go ahead and we're gonna we're gonna stop the vehicles because we don't need them anymore. Okay, so all those vehicles are gone. We're gonna just put like one for each, like something pretty simple. Oh, I need to change the origin. So it's waiting to pick up oxygen, but I don't have oxygen. Well, that's also not helpful. Okay, let us try that again. That did not work out very well. So we're gonna go over here, over here. We're gonna transport oxygen. We just did not have it in the right area. So oxygen comes here. We also need concrete. So again, I have all the concrete over here, but I don't have anywhere I actually need it. So we can go ahead and we can demolish the change. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put that here, and we're going to put the concrete right here. So it's going to store some over there. Let's see, supply centers and waste disposals must be in there, and I think I probably took that out, didn't I? So it's looking for oxygen. It's not. Oh, because I destroyed the. Yeah, that makes sense. I destroyed that building, and so I can't really connect it because that's not how this works. We're gonna put oxygen here, and then we're gonna put the supply center right here. Okay. So beautiful. So we are back to growth. Yeah, I destroyed that to make room, and that just did not really work out very well. And you can see oxygen is filling up. That is really nice. What am I trying to get to? I'm getting to 50 people. Okay. Display current text. Okay, so this is to help me figure out locations. Yep, and we're out of oxygen. We can cut this down just to 1. I think that should work pretty well. And you can see I have so many extractors now and so much oxygen that is coming from this city. That's pretty nice. I could build these second cities too, so I could find here, because I already have the roads for it. Again, I could make a little base right here and get New Stewart also growing. And that's what we're going to do, because we have the time to do it. And I want to. Okay. Let's see. Sulfur. And sulfur. We've invented. Okay. So those drones now have a range of 2. We need to reach a population of 100. So those depots need aluminum bars and polymers, but they have 2 spaces for it. We have reinforced concrete, and we have polymers, which come from carbon. So we're gonna need to get some carbon going. But first, we're gonna get this first, kind of nice and taken care of. There we go. Look at that. Because I'm gonna have enough of them. This is a very small little drive, so I'm okay making it. So we're gonna go right from here to New Stewart. We're gonna get this going, and we're gonna handle the concrete, and then we're gonna make our road system here. So this is pretty simple, and we're gonna put like 3 vehicles this way. At the same point, like I said, we need a city center or city collection spot, and that city has started. Okay, so great. But now these are going to be so much more useful, so I need to start working my way for them. And so I need aluminum bars, which I know I can get. Anything close to here? Because it doesn't matter where I make it, it's just I have to make it. I'm looking for... I don't really have that much, huh? Okay, you know what? We can do it over here. I'm okay with that. So let's go ahead. Let's set up our extractors. And then we can turn that into aluminum bars. This is iron. That is not what I need. I need aluminum. This is aluminum. Silly me. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's get that going. And we are going to make aluminum bars. And that's what we need, aluminum bars and polymer bars. Polymer is from carbon, so we have something for that. So I have these extractors. Let's go ahead, let's put them down. So you're actually going to make carbon. And we're going to store it right here. Okay, so now we can also make that storage right here for aluminum bars. Guess what? Now we have both. So we can just go right here, and I want to make a depot ×2. Okay, so first thing we're going to need, we need 1 thing to get me the aluminum bars, and 1 to get me... I think I gotta turn the carbon into something. Polymer bars. So this is polymer bars that we're gonna have here. Okay. Again, very simple road system. I like that. We're just gonna go ahead and just connect that right to there. And then first truck. I need polymer bars, so let's put that there. It really is not going to have very long to go. So we can just kind of put it right there. You, my friend. Polymers. And it's such a short drive, I don't need that many trucks to do this. And then you, my friend. Aluminum. Now I'm making those class 2. That is very helpful because obviously you can see there is some range issues with some of these. So having something that gives me a bigger range is a lot more helpful. So yeah, we like that. We have that set up. We have our population growing. Let's go back and check on our little city up here. So what are we doing? So now they want reinforced concrete. So concrete and steel bars. Concrete and steel bars. Okay. Steel bars need just iron. Okay. Let's see. We have this little, that's aluminum. That is iron. Okay, so that's where I need to go to make it. Okay, so let's put down one of our new bases here. This gives me a whole lot more space to use, which is kind of nice. We're not going to use it all in one. We're just going to go ahead and put it around. So yeah, here we go. That is now going to go there. And I need reinforced concrete. So concrete is just sulfur. So this is reinforced, but I need to bring some concrete here. So I do have this little, no, that is not the right color. It's down here. I have a decent little sulfur mine down here. So let's go ahead, let's knock that out. Sulfur. And then of course we're gonna be changing all of these around, but now I can actually build a whole lot more, which is going to help, but the range goes out another space. So there's my sulfur. We're going to make concrete. So if it's something simple, like a one space is all you really need. If it's something where you're trying to build over a large area, you definitely want the 2. So I will continue to make both. And at the same time, I'm going to have to connect a road up here. We can just connect it to, I don't want to, we can go there. Okay, so we are now storing concrete over here. We're going to go ahead and build that right here. And we're going to take the concrete. And I need steel bars. So you go here for steel bars. Okay. And then, of course, we can build our road system pretty much right to here. And we're gonna double this actually because I want the extra space. It just makes it a whole lot easier to do it if I have all this space in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and move some trucks. You're moving steel bars. You need to accept steel bars. Okay, so that's the first one. We can increase that a little bit just to kind of fill it up. The second one is concrete. We can go down here and same kind of thing. Put my trucks down. And we're going to go right to here with the concrete. Okay, so we have those two things now both here. We're going to go to our assembly plant and we're going to say, hey, we have both this stuff now. And I have concrete. This, I guess I do not build it with extractors. So let's go ahead. We're going to get rid of that. I just decided to choose extractor. Go figure. Reinforced concrete. Okay. We definitely need to increase the trucks here. Let's do that. And of course, yep, we'll build this over here. And it's going to be reinforced concrete. So we'll get our first couple steps. And then we need to connect back to our city over there. So let's go ahead, let's build the roads. And we have plenty of roads now. So we like this. So we're going to go up to here. And we're just going to connect it into the station. We're also going to build the 2 because that is very important. So now we have the reinforced concrete. Like I said, I can tap out this. I can tap out a couple of these if I need it at this point, because then let's go ahead. We're going to cut that, and we're just going to put the double right there so that we have 2 bases of operation for it. And I like that you can we just upgrade them? Yes, we can. Cool. Okay, so they're all upgraded. I get reinforced concrete, and I need to build my trucks. Or I need to get my trucks going. I don't need to build them. I just need to get them going. Up you go, my friend. To there. Reinforced concrete. We're going to get 10 vehicles to start. Definitely don't need that many, but it is okay. There you go. That's my first truck making its way up. Second truck, third truck, fourth truck, all the trucks. Okay. One of the nice things is, since I am storing all this material here, I can make more than one. So I can use it in 2. So now we see a lot of that furious activity going on. Population is growing. We like that. Did New Start ever really grow? It did. It says it wants oxygen now. So our greedy little colonists, they want air. Go figure. Okay, so we'll get them some air, I guess. Some oxygen, because oxygen is actually pretty simple to make. I mean, we can actually just have the oxygen right in the city. We can know how to transport it. Like, I don't need to do anything there. That's just simple enough. It's gonna take it and go from there. Okay. So, make this planet suitable. First step is to raise the temperature. Okay, so we need to produce something to raise the temperatures. Right now, temperature is 4. So we need sulfur and fluoride and a greenhouse generating plant. Okay. Okay. Fluoride and sulfur. You know what? This is stuff that we can make. Okay. Yeah, as you can see, our temperature is what, -7? -70. It's a beautiful day. Okay. These cities are both in good shape for the moment, so we don't have to worry about that. And it wants me to raise it by 1 degree. Okay, so again, to do this, I need sulfur and fluorite. Have we found fluorite yet? There we go. Okay, fluorite. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and let's get a craft here. And we're going to make it fluoride, and we're going to go ahead and start the extracting process. Yep. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so step 1 is done. So we have the fluoride now being created. Now we need the sulfur on top of it. And it's just straight sulfur. So it's not anything that's that bad, I think, to get, because it's just going to be straight sulfur. So we're going to go ahead and build that right there. And you're going to get sulfur. And again, we're going to build all the extractors we need to mine this very well. And then, of course, you know, we need the roads. And like I said, I've 1.4 roads. That's pretty nice. We are going way up here. So the question is, do I want to move which way? And what is this made of? It's actually probably needs to be made in with the greenhouse generator, which is aluminum and mechanical parts. So we're going to have to build another little section for those. Well, that is iron. That's not what I need. Aluminum is here. This is my aluminum factory. I like it. That's aluminum polymer. I need mechanical parts and aluminum bars. Okay, so I'm going to need 2 colors for this. So I'm going to need both of these things to kind of work with me here. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get this going. Again, We're going to use the nice big depot so we get plenty of stuff. Okay. And I'm sorry, I keep looking. My brain is just not working tonight. So I need mechanical parts first. I need steel bars. Okay. And again, this does help with the spacing a little bit of how you try to get your industries kind of going. And mechanical parts. And then, of course, save them up. Mechanical parts. Okay, so step 1, mechanical parts. We have that. Now the aluminum bars. That's really simple. We already have the aluminum right here. So let's go ahead. Let's put one in. Let's see, aluminum ore. All I really need for this for the moment. Okay. And then the factory can be right here where it's going to make aluminum bars. And again, put that right off there for the aluminum bars. Okay, so gonna need to connect to the road system though. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do that. I don't really want to go through that. We're gonna kind of go a little bit around. Okay. So now I'm getting my aluminum. And where was I building that? Mechanical parts. Oh, it's over on the south side. Yep, mechanical parts. Yeah, sometimes. Oof. Okay, so there we go. So now these two need to come together to make what they need to make. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to move one truck to it because we have the mechanical parts right here. So now we need the aluminum. So we're going to go way up here. Say, hey, get moving down to here. Aluminum bars. We're going to go ahead and start with 5. And then from there, we can make our assembly plant and we can actually make this greenhouse generating gases. Okay, so. And then we can use our sulfur that we're mining, or not the phosphorus that we're mining over here, which is connected to the city. I haven't connected it yet. I haven't actually made it yet. So I've got to figure this out for a second. Because we need to make, hold on, I'm going to click this here. Nope, I already have the greenhouse generator, so I don't need that. Oh, I can go ahead and delete that. Get out of here. Atmospheric, where is? There it is. No, oh, I don't have enough owned items. I haven't made any yet. Okay, so let's go. We have our spot. What am I? I got aluminum. I got bars, aluminum bars, my friends. I was like, I know I'd set it up. Yeah, having a day. Okay, so we have our first one. Wonderful. We can just put it right here, I guess. Okay, so we're going to make this gas. And then again, let's see, this is going to be fluoride and sulfur. And let's get the trucks. Okay, so my friend, you go over here. And you say, hey, I'm going to drop off sulfur. And you, my friend, you can come right here and say, I'm going to drop off fluoride. And I build these so they have a little bit extra space so as I get more stuff. And we are going to start warming up our planet. So we've now officially started the terraforming. it is still very cold today. This is going to take some time because I need a lot of it. And as you can see here, let's go ahead. We're going to put a couple more trucks into it. A lot more trucks into it. We're just going to try to ram-a-jam this thing in here. So each of these can carry 3, so I really need to actually wait till I have... Yeah, this is such a short drive for those. That's fine. This one, I have 10 vehicles moving too. It's just a lot longer drive. We can go ahead and put... And this is something that we can do. We can put a second one in there, and we can say, hey, even more trucks. Okay, so we're back over here. And now you can see we're actually starting to get some reserve of what we need. Which means, again, I can now make more gas. And there you go. Now we're getting some progress here. Yep, temperature, look at that. It's no longer, was it? No longer as cold as it was. It's now, oh, it's a balmy negative 57.5 Celsius. That is just a downright balmy day here on this planet. So let's see what we have. Okay, so again, this is starting to fall behind over here. Like, we're not getting quite as much sulfur to supply everything. Is it? I just don't have enough. Not the sulfur. It's just, I think it just has such a... I have 21 and 20. I mean, we can go ahead and get more. Nope. Yep. Okay, so... It is our plan B. That's where you get your name. Okay. So now they want to improve the quality of life using high-tech parks from a factory. Okay. First thing. Sulfur. I need more of it. Because again, this plant's going to continue to warm up. So I need this to be really moving in optimum positions here. But let's head back to the city. And now my city's like, hey, I need concrete, I need oxygen, I need high-tech parks. So aluminum and polymer bars. Okay. Well, our aluminum factory is over here. And actually it's pretty good there. That aluminum is bringing it down to here to make the greenhouse gases, which is fine, but only one of them. So we can definitely spare some. Because making carbon is fairly easy here. So we can actually do that all right here. And make those high-tech parts here. And then just connect them to the made city. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's try that. Let's see. I need... That's a 2. Okay, so I'm gonna need another 2 right here. No, my friend. No. We want carbon. So let's go ahead and make them. Carbon, carbon, carbon. That is not what I needed. High-tech parts. I need polymer bars, Robert. Come on, man. I thought it was easy enough, but no, there's a couple-step process. So now we are making high-tech parts. We need to store them somewhere. We'll store them over here for the moment. Parts. And again, connecting the road system, pretty easy. At the same point, I don't need them to have to drive all the way down that direction, so we're going to go ahead and put that road in there. And I need to set up my supply depots over here. So, because they're going to need all of it. That connects high-tech parts. And I need to go to that spot. So that's good. We have the spot we need. And yeah, we are making some high-tech parts. And we can get 5 to go to begin with. Okay, so we need to reach a population of 300 now. Okay, and you can see this city is actually now, it's growing. So little hab units everywhere, some energy. Population is steady and stable. It demands an annual supply demand of 22. And the planet continues to warm up very slowly, but it continues to warm up. So these are in good shape here. This one I'm not really using anymore. It's really just going through that one, which is fine. It'll work like that without a problem. So we could get rid of it if we want to, but I don't think there's a reason because we already have our concrete, oxygen, and high-tech parts, but we need more, it looks like. Unless I just have a monster load build. Yeah, and I just need to increase the number of vehicles. Okay. Yeah, I'm making the polymer bar so quickly that I'm not even having a chance to do anything with the carbon. So we need to make that a little bit different. So that would connect carbon. It's another carbon factory there. We can also go up here. And then let's see. I make it over there is where my bars go. So we need to. We're gonna make it. It's gonna make it complicated. It is going to make it complicated because I'm going to need more carbon, though it doesn't look like I'm even keeping any of it. It is immediately getting made and then just getting thrown in there. Okay, we need more polymer bars. So let's go ahead. Let's work on that. We can build it right here. That's perfectly fine. Okay. Okay, so that is good. It's going to collect a decent amount of carbon, which is perfect. And from carbon is the other one. No, I was right. It's polymer bars. Let's see. Where is it? Oh, polymer bars. Bigger cities produce waste they can't handle without recycling. They soon require your help. You must recycle the waste and return it to the resource flow. Okay. So what we need is waste disposal buildings and recycling centers. That is the next stop of what we're going to do. Right now, I'm just trying to get enough mechanical parts. Then I'll move over to that. Okay. So we're moving pretty well. Let's see. I have all of these polymer bars right here. Where are the polymer? The polymer bars are where are they getting stored? Here, but they are used so quick that they just move right into the thing. It's not with the carbon. There we go. So this is where I need to be with it. And this is enough that I can connect it to the city. Like, that was really my only real hope, or the real thing I need to worry about. And actually, that connects right there. This is going to be the shortest little ride ever. No, not high-tech parts, my friend. Oh, polymer bars. Okay, now we have extra polymers coming, which means now we're making more mechanical goods. That is exactly what I want. Let's see. So you're taking the polymer, which is here, and taking the aluminum that is here. And we can go ahead and make another one of these plants. This is not the right one. I always select the wrong one. Double check, because I have definitely made some mistakes. There we go. Okay. Now we're making more high-tech parts. Beautiful. Okay, so what's next here? Well, these cities now have started producing waste. That is our next thing. So we need to actually we need to build some waste disposal, which is concrete, into waste disposal. That's fairly simple in all honesty. So we can do that. Concrete into waste disposal. Yeah, that's it. And an assembly plant. That's simple enough. Let's see. So we'll use you right there because there's a couple spots I can get. Okay. Waste disposal. Yeah, that's all I need. So that itself pretty easy. So we can now kind of connect the waste disposal over here. And it is already full of metal waste. So let's connect it to the city. And metal waste. Okay, so this will at least help the city grow. It's okay, so city play is getting there. High-tech parts are running low. This is not really able to keep with this population. We've got to check out what's going on. That we're high-tech part. Okay. Just need more. You see a lot of the movement going on there. Okay. So next thing we need to do is make these recycling. So concrete and high-tech parts. Oh, high-tech parts are going to be in very big demand here. But you know what? It's enough here? I could steal it. But where's this created in? In an assembly plant. I bring concrete over here and I make these high-tech parts and recycling centers. Okay. I have high-tech parts. Let's bring the concrete to me. That's probably the easiest thing to do. Because it's right here. Let's go ahead and get this going. Nope. Sulfur. Okay. Concrete. Concrete. And then, like I said, very easy road connection. Okay, so my high-tech parts are over here, so we're going to need to put our concrete over here too. And again, I'm going to need enough spots to grow. We're going to build that extra road for the moment. Though I don't need it. It covers it, so that's good. Okay. Let's go ahead and get the reinforced concrete up. Oh, is it reinforced concrete? No, I just want concrete. I gotta check. Just concrete. High-tech parts and concrete. Okay. That I can do. Let's get this fleet of trucks moving. And we're just gonna break it up to 10. Okay. First little supply is here. Beautiful. So now we can do the assembly plant. This connects to both. And we can make recycling centers. And then we'll be able to recycle all of the waste that comes out of the city. Pretty simple. So let's go back to the city. And yeah, because that waste is full. So. And it's going to produce steel and aluminum bars from the metal waste. Wait. Cost 5 metal waste. Okay, so the steel bars are already full here. Okay, so we're going to take the steel, and then you're going to also produce aluminum, so we have to worry about both of those. Where is aluminum bars? Okay, so. Well, I like to see the high-tech parts in that in a good shape right there. I also like the temperature. We're slowly but surely starting to raise the temperature. You see it was down almost at -60, and you kind of see, hey, it's good. You know, obviously this is what we're going for. Okay. So why is that metal waste not being taken care of here? We need a second one. Oh, it wants. Okay, so we had a little bit of waste, and now we don't. No, it's still. I need reinforced concrete. I have run out of supplies over here, so we need to work on that. So let's find out. It's just regular concrete. That is oxygen. So I need. Go oxygen. I don't know why the oxygen is like that. Okay. Alright, so now we need to find where I make the reinforced concrete. Which is... Whoop. Alright, there's concrete. There's roads. I gotta figure out where... I have so many little areas of production. Like, this one is concrete to concrete. Might be down here. Because there's concrete, and it goes... up here. Yep, okay, so there's my concrete and my steel bars. Practice full. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put another one here. And then we're going to increase the number of trucks to 20. Are they having to go that far? Yeah, they're having to make a pretty decent thing. But we do have enough. Oh, it went green for a second. We like that. Okay. So we're getting there. Yep. The only problem is, like, I need to do something with this aluminum and steel bars. Is there a simple thing I can do with that? That is the question. I need aluminum bars. I'm going to need the assembly for this. What can I make? Well, steel bars I can make extractors. That is nice. Okay, so go ahead. Let's put that down there. And you go make your extractor, because then at least it gets away. No big deal. That I don't have to store. I just can make them. It doesn't matter if I have 1,000,000 or 0. So that will keep that storage. Now I need to figure out what I need to do with my aluminum bars. Let's go over here. What needs aluminum? What needs only aluminum? Is maybe a better way to say it. And... oh. Oh, Ooh, trains. Okay, so now we get to make rails. Steel bars and concrete. And mechanical parts and high tech. I have plenty of concrete. And I have plenty of steel bars. Can we make the rail? Yeah, we can make the rail here. So we do need concrete, but I know I have enough concrete. I know I have enough spots for this. So let's go ahead. Let's make it. Because, yeah, it's already a full depot. So, yeah, you're a very short trip. Go right here. And then trains are going to make this a whole lot more efficient, which is what I need to do. I mean, that's the next step. Let's see. Where are we going here? Oh, is this... This is only a level 1. We need to upgrade it. So that's something I will have to do at some point. But yeah. Okay. The city is growing, and waste is being... I need something to do with the aluminum bars. And I mean, aluminum and mechanical parts, not really helpful. All of that is concrete. Yeah, this is just for the depots. But I guess I could do that, because depots are simple enough to make. Okay, let's delete this. Okay. So what we need is it a factory here that's going to make it? Oh, actually can make high-tech parts too. Yeah, okay. So I need polymer bars. But again, getting polymer for this is very simple. Because really, I just need to go over here. And we will go with... I need to do this in a slightly different... Okay, this is going to be the polymer. But to get there, I'm going to need to have... I need to make carbon. So we'll go here. You, my friend, you are storing carbon. And just put all of that around there. Okay, so carbon's now being made. And now we can make the high-tech parts. We do need to move that over a little bit. So let's go ahead, let's move that there. Aluminum. There we go. Okay, so that will help. It'll work. Oh, we've made the carbon, but now we need... that's not what I needed. I have just done this, so I don't understand why I'm struggling, but that's okay. Okay. Because I need polymer bars, and that's right there. Okay. So now we make more high-tech parts. That is something that's very positive. We can go ahead and we can move this stuff into the city as easily as we can. Yeah, so a little bit of a transport, but everything should run automatically. Like, these should be made. If I had enough polymer bars, which it does not look like I do. Let's go ahead and let's knock that out for a second one. What are we doing? Okay, supply is steady. We are making some high-tech parts. We're still a little short in polymer bars, but I think it's okay. The city's grown. Oh, we have our first little skyscraper going on here. That is nice. We are taking off all the waste. Oh. Why are you full steel? They are just not using enough steel. Like, it's full, but it's just not enough. Oh, steel bar. There we go. Let's divide it a little bit. That means we can also put a second one of these in there and make more rails. And that is sulfur. We're going to increase our sulfur transport. What do we... reinforced concrete. It seems to be where I have the issue with. Oxygen, I can cut a little oxygen, so it seems to get backed up. Oh. That's just regular concrete. That's my regular concrete. I am looking for my reinforced concrete. That's my mechanical parts. Steel bars. I have lost it. Because I don't have enough concrete here. Why? What's going on here? Well, let's make this a little bit larger because we need... Okay. And then we can... Okay, let's start jacking up this production a little bit. Oh, get out of here. Okay, hey, we're in the good temperatures now. Though this is still not making enough. Let's throw another factory here. Let's see if this would be enough. I need to find where I make this reinforced. I know it's somewhere. What do I need for reinforced? Let's go with that. I need steel. Well, guess what? Yes. Where's my city? Steel. Okay. Steel and concrete. Right now, all the concrete's being made to make the trains, which... It's great. See, I got plenty of it for the moment. We can... Okay, we're going to need more steel. Actually, we need more sulfur. That's a problem. And that's just making roads. That's simple enough. So we have the concrete here. We can increase the number of vehicles. Okay, so we're getting more concrete. I mean, I want as much as possible, in all honesty, because I need to make train. Oh no, I'm not even making trains. I'm just trying to get rid of steel and get reinforced concrete. Oh, my friend, reinforced concrete, yes. Reinforced concrete. Okay, so now it can actually almost make the station. It's a little bit of a hop. Oh, it's... Alright, we're going to have to, unfortunately... Sorry, part of your city. Okay, here we go. It's still full of steel bars. Like, we are trying to cut as much stuff as possible here. with the high-tech parts and stuff like that, but it is not really doing that great a job. So, with the trains though, we're going to be able to go from farther directions. So we can, again, start making new little areas everywhere we go. I want to get to this 1,000. I think I can do it. And then I think we're going to call this good for today. And yeah. Come on. You guys can do it. I have enough reinforced concrete. It really does. I do need to, I guess, jam up this production. Because, yeah, it's just not keeping up. So we'll go here, here, and here. All of these are going to be sulfur. And hopefully this will make it quick enough. Now we're getting some production going here. Oh, don't know why I clicked there. Go back to where I am here, because I got a decent little city there. 925. Still not enough concrete. So we're going to have to look. I mean, that has plenty of it concrete too, so let's use that. Whee! Whoop. All right, there we go. Look at that. Just having to travel such a distance. Okay. That was nice. Is that going to be enough to get me going? Oh, I don't think it's enough. So I think I'm going to need another factory here. I am just trying. I'm almost there, and I am getting some satisfactory times, but that demand is skyrocketing here in this city. At some point, we can start working on the other cities. Like this one should be fairly self-sufficient. Beautiful. All right, metal cycling is bigger. Now we're going to generate plastic waste. Okay, and then now we have another greenhouse gas. We have ice extractors, nitrogen, and plastic waste. But I think at the moment that is where I'm going to leave you. Plastic waste is probably just going to be another in the waste disposal area. So these two things will start making. Should start making plastic waste. Yeah, it should start making it. That is okay. There we go. Yep. The city's like, yep, here comes the plastic waste. We are gonna have to work on. Let's see. Let's go ahead and get the plastic waste out. Okay. That at least spreads out the plastic waste. Is the. What do you do with the plastic waste? I'm not sure what I'm going to do with plastic waste, but we will find that out in the next episode. So, hey, if you've been with me this long, hey, please like and subscribe. I find unique indie games, and I do some stocks, do a little bit of everything. So, hey, please like, subscribe, or super chat. All of those are very helpful. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.